Usually, guys, we're gonna read the news, talk about it. After that, we're gonna have a chat talk. When, I put the chat talk on the screen. So when I put that on the screen, we know that we are talking with the chat. But before that, we had to focus on the news, and I'm going to cut these into videos for those that want to watch, this way. So, without further ado, guys, let's start with the first topic, which is X-Men. Well, basically, the X-Men 97 showrunner has lost his mind because he wants credit for Avengers Doomsday leak trailer, basically the appearance of Cyclops. So, Tsunami, take it away.
Sure thing. This is from Bodemeo on X. It's important as fans to honor the artists that brought this to fruition. The X-Men 97 and I faced significant doubt and resistance from the studio when I insisted Cyclops be the main character instead of Wolverine. So it is weird to see this trailer and fans crediting certain folks for honoring Cyclops when this was a direct pivot that occurred only after X-Men 97's unexpected success. I, for one, am grateful to Chase Conley and Emi Yonemura for having my back and helping me execute this part of my vision of restoring Cyclops. It does trouble me that I've seen Kevin and at Marvel Studios credit Jon Favreau and other white creators for setting the tone and direction of the MCU, but completely ignoring the work of the many black, queer, Asian, and Latino teammates that actually set the tone and proved to Marvel, who is still on the Logan train, that Cyclops deserves his due. This counters the belief that DEI pushes agenda when you had Marvel's most diverse team all behind Cyclops. More disheartening is seeing fellow artists like the Russo brothers completely ignoring our hard work and contributions, and that we did it with a quarter of the resources and support they've been given. But what's most important is fans are happy, and that makes it all worth it. But I'd urge at X-Men fans to reach out and show love to team of artists and animators who made this all possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy has the audacity to say that he needs credit for the appearance of Cyclops, something that has nothing to do with him, like
Yeah.
whatsoever. The fact that he was a showrunner of X-Men 97 doesn't mean anything.
No.
His job was to present whatever he needed to present, bring
The
on
team.
screen,
Yeah.
according to the original show.
Exactly.
That's it. He did not create Cyclops and how
Yeah.
he's supposed to be. Like,
If
everybody knows that Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men. He's supposed to be the main guy. He's supposed to look like he's supposed to look.
yeah.
He didn't invent that. Like, what the hell, man?
If anything, Jim Lee deserves credit because by his logic, because the suit they're using in the trailer is the suit from the X-Men animation, which was designed by Jim Lee when he got the run on the X-Men in the comic books. He designed that suit.
Yeah.
That's how he drew him. That's the most recognizable suit, actually. So if anything, Jim Lee deserves credit. But really, putting Cyclops in the center or anything, I mean, he was in the center even in the original cartoon. Sure, there were some Wolverine-centric episodes, but there were some Cyclops-centric episodes. There were episodes in which Wolverine was not there, but Cyclops was there, even if there were, let's say, 3 or 4 people from the team. So I really don't get it. And people who are fan of Cyclops are his fans anyway. How can you want that he did not create a character? Jesus Christ, that guy is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Tsunami?
This guy really is he's a strange character because a lot of people respect his base opinions about the comic books themselves. He's been very faithful to X-Men as a whole, from what at least my basic understanding of it. And yet, every time he says something smart, he has to go ahead and follow it up with something that relates to identity politics. And now he's seeking credit for a character that was created long before he was. Okay, I see where he's going with it. Hey, we rebuilt some hype with X-Men 97, but you got to be kidding me if you think all the people that watch Marvel movies were people that were also just watching X-Men 97. So Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios as a whole were trying to make money, and Logan makes money. Wolverine makes money. I could see why they would want to lead with that. And I'm happy to see that they've taken a step backwards and maybe listen to some other people. But this guy making everything about identity politics is absolutely ridiculous, or sexuality, or whatever the hell else is he's upset about that day. So I really wish, because it sucks. From what I've heard from him, like he's like a real fan, who can't get out of his own way when people start crediting him, and then he immediately ruins his image.
Yeah, what a
Yeah,
guy.
indeed. I mean, he did such a great job as a writer of that show because he really follows arcs of comic books pretty faithfully, and apparently he knows what to do with that. But claiming that you're responsible for Cyclops in that era is just ridiculous. Also, as you said, he follows up immediately with all the work of the black, queer, whatever other people in the team and anything like that. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that the whole thing is a false narrative.
Yeah.
First, he wants credit for Cyclops, then he wants credit for other people that worked on his show or whatever.
Yeah.
I
When
mean, it's just a
actually-
trailer, man. This is not the credits at the end of the movie. What are you doing here?
When actually before that he trashed one of the directors of some of the episodes, which here he says, I mean, Amy Milo or whatever her name was, he says here that he's happy that he worked with her and stuff like that, but several years ago before that he trashed her for wanting to do one episode different way, and because he got some notes, the episode actually was great, and not because of what she wanted to do. But you still trashed her job, her work before that, right? So, and now you're saying I'm happy that I worked with her. Okay, are you happy or not? Actually, what is the case?
No, this guy is a bit weird. I mean,
Should have just be happy with that. The fact that people are praising the show. I mean, you wrote it, you're the showrunner. Apparently, he was fired for other reasons because he's nuts. Just be happy that people like the goddamn show, and that's it.
I don't
you
know how he did a good job on the show.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
How did
yeah.
he was able to do that when
Yeah.
he's so entitled and egotistical and
I think it's because
Woke.
he actually knows the comic books really. Because when I watched it, oh, that's from this arc. Oh, that's from this arc. Oh, you're doing this arc now, which is kind of faithful to what the original show was.
that's kind of the
and he
point,
knows
yeah.
the characters, and he didn't insert any stupid things there except making more of a non-binary. But it was just for a bit there, so it wasn't something in your face that
well,
much.
he wanted to make Wolverine kind of like him in that way, so that's a crime.
Yeah, that shower scene also.
That's a crime.
Okay.
Okay, we can continue to the most egregious post, which is the smaller one over there. So yeah, Tsunami, go ahead, tell us how amazing this guy is.
Bo continues to show us how insane he is by following up with also, let's just be real about at Avengers Doomsday. Trailer 1, white male. Trailer 2, white male. Trailer 3, white male. Trailer 4, a little sprinkle of black, but also white male. The fact folks think this isn't by design is the epitome of looking the other way. Folks who look like me and those who don't have penises are not being invited to this movie. And I will note he was ratioed on this one.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. So he wants to tell me that he's unaware that some superheroes are white, and the biggest superheroes that we can feature in Avengers in particular are actually white. They just happen. They just happen to be white. This is, if this was real racism, they will just remove that and they will suck out of their fingers all the black superheroes and made them the front and center. But they never do that because they know who is actually front and center, who should be, who's the biggest, who are the biggest superheroes. And if they happen to be white, that's a reality. And if you don't like it, you are racist.
Exactly.
So you can go right ahead and F off at OnlyFans, where he actually does
He's actually-
explicit content.
And not only there. Actually, not
Yeah.
only there. Oh,
I mean, basically, he posts like thirst trap pictures, as far as you
There
understand,
is
everywhere.
this
anyway.
running joke about Bo the Mayo that people say, nowhere in the internet I can find a photo of him with his shirt on. And that's true. That's actually true. There's only one or two photos with him
I
with his
mean,
shirt
it's
on.
great if he has a great
Well,
physique,
he has a great physique, but
but
Jesus
He's
Christ.
doing that like all the time,
Yeah.
like a bimbo, basically. He's
Yeah,
a male bimbo.
yeah.
He's doing it like all the time, nonstop.
Exactly.
I mean, it's obvious that he's freaking egotistical, but he's also racist.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, great.
Who are they supposed to put in those trailers by his logic? They try to build hype with Steve Rogers
Yeah,
coming back.
who?
Who are they supposed to put there?
Who
You're putting the main
exactly?
characters.
Who?
Who else should we put? What was it? Chiwetel Ejiofor, who was
Can't even
playing.
say that. How did you say it?
Because I know I used to
So
say it.
hard to say.
I used to say it Chiwetel Ejiofor or something like
Yeah,
that.
in parts.
Who played Baron Mordo, who, by the way, in the comic books is white character. Okay. Anyway, we're supposed to put freaking Wonder Man, who also in comic books is white. And nobody cares about what they're doing now with him. Who, by his logic, who was supposed to be in those trailers then?
Also, what the heck does it mean that folks who look like me and those who don't have penises are not being invited? Are you kidding me? How many male characters were on those trailers? Captain America, Thor, I'm not sure about Loki yet.
Wasn't he in the? No, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, Professor X,
Magneto.
Magneto, Cyclops.
Mm.
Well, I don't see female here. Do you see female? Where's the female? Where's the female representation? By the way, who the F cares about any representation
Yeah.
whatsoever?
Oh, apparently
Who are
he-
the biggest heroes? Give me that. I don't care if they're male, female, banana. As long as they're the biggest and most important that people actually care about. So, yeah, where are the female?
Well,
So,
that's what he means. People who look like me and don't have penises. So,
okay, but
so
everybody
no
that
black
have,
people and no women.
but everybody that has penises are featured.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Apparently, he doesn't see himself as a man with a penis. He just sees himself as a black man.
No, I mean, I'm pointing out that he only counts men
Yeah.
to be black men.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're not a black man, he does not count.
No,
I mean,
he
they
doesn't
don't count.
You know.
Tsunami, you don't count, just so you know, because you're white. Oh
None
my
of us
gosh.
counts here, apparently. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally not racist. Yeah,
No, no, no.
totally not.
No.
So yeah, what do you think, Tsunami? Please let us know. Drop it on me.
I think that the number one thing, I mean, for one thing, you could see the tonal shift from what was the 28th, the first post, and then now, like he went completely bananas. Something's wrong with this guy, in my opinion. But that last line right there is pretty funny. Folks who don't look like me. So he means black people. And you start going through the roster, exactly what you guys are saying. Who are the popular black characters that have come out? Recently, there's been a slew of flops because they tried to make Falcon Captain America. They should have just left Falcon. So that's one right there. And then what happened with Blade? When everyone saw Blade and Deadpool and Wolverine, they freaked out. Everyone loves Wesley Snipes as Blade. You want to
For
have
sure.
a black representation? Make the fucking Blade movie like you're supposed to, and don't have him be led around by his fucking wiener by fucking four women constantly berating him. As for the women in this, or the men, the fact that they showed more men, and but for the gays out there, I'm sorry, I thought gay people had penises, so they get all the eye candy that they wanted. So he's fucking bananas, fucking talking about this shit. So there's plenty of that. You want to go ahead and make an argument, then show more hot girls. Where were they at? So the hype was about the popular characters. You want the black character, the representation of specifically black, since apparently nothing else matters to this guy. Then pick the ones that are fucking really popular. Blade is the most popular one that I could think of offhand. And
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, throw some fan service out there. Everyone likes to see girls dressed scantily or whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at all. All that matters is who are the biggest characters that people want to see. We don't care about gooning. I mean, people
I
don't
want to see
care
the
about that
characters,
in
yeah.
general.
I would like Storm even if she's wearing, a business suit and a coat. I just like Storm as a character.
Yeah, if you put like random female characters that nobody knows, because they're not any characters that anybody cares that are female. Like who cares about Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, her left shoe,
Yeah.
whatever the name of that black girl was in in Miss Marvel whatever movie. I even forgot the Marvels.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, I like her as
Jesus
a
God,
character in WandaVision.
oh, she's much better than Captain Marvel, if you ask me, yes, as a character. But by the way, by his logic, doesn't this diminishes his work because, except of Storm, none of the other characters from X-Men are black. So he wrote about nothing then?
Yeah, about
He wrote
nothing.
about nothing.
About nothing.
That whole show with the characters and Cyclops, who he wants credit for, then he's nobody, essentially.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, that guy is 52 Tsunami. Can you imagine that? Not Bodemayo, James Marsden.
Oh yeah, he looks amazing.
I think he
looks
is
35.
drinking vampire blood or something.
Also, he didn't look that good when he was in the X-Men movies because his face was thinner. He looked very boyish, but now he looks a
like
lot
Cyclops.
like Cyclops. Yeah, because
Yeah.
his face is wider. He has more definition. Yeah, he looks
So
now.
happy for that man. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks
Good
great.
job. Yeah.
Yeah, not many people can say that they look better at 50 than they did at third year,
Indeed,
20
indeed.
something.
Indeed.
This is a big part of the reason why they should have recast Black Panther. Despite a massive loss, everyone loved the original Black Panther movie and the character itself, and then of course in Civil War he was amazing.
Chadwick Boseman,
And
the actor, yeah.
it would have sucked, but they should have recast him as Black Panther to carry on the tradition because comic book fans like Black Panther. He's another fantastic character they could have used, but they have not chosen to do so. That's not racist. I'm sorry, the guy died on his own. Like we didn't wish that on him. So this argument just makes me so angry. And it's even more disheartening because, from originally said, this guy knows what he's talking about, but he keeps turning it into some other nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm even kind of now afraid for what will happen in X-Men 97 season 2 because allegedly he wrote that too before they fired him. So some of the episodes actually already written, and so I have no idea what will happen there. Now that he speaks that bull crap. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least he's fired. So
It's that, yeah.
whoever is taking his place, I hope that they can do justice to X-Men,
Let's go. Yeah.
and they are not as crazy. So, guys, let us know what you think in the comments about this crazy guy that has the audacity and the hubris to say, "Oh, I want credit for something that I never worked on,
Yeah.
never touched with a finger," and he didn't invent the freaking character of Cyclops. Imagine that, nor his costume.
Also, if you go out on the internet, you can see his looped photos, Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys, so, and Tsunami, we are going towards chat talk. So, hi to everybody that arrived while we were talking. Of course, I see Lone Wolf, and of course, I see Waiko. So, yeah, Tsunami, take it away.
And Vic Martino is here.
And Vic
Hey,
Martino,
Vic.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Clinton, hello to you too. But Nate's meme says if someone farted, DeMeo would say he deserved credit for half of it, even if he wasn't in the room, because farts need more black representation. Well said.
Yeah.
What's up,
I
Nick? Vic
suppose there
Martino
is
over on the
difference between
Superior
white
channel.
fart and black fart. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
And-
sorry,
Sorry,
Tsunami.
And over on the Gamer Ambush channel, we've got Kano. Terrible one of my I'm sorry to hear that. Terrible one of my strongman idols died recently. Sorry to hear that, man. Karate Werewolf thanks you for the drawing. Says it's awesome. Lone Wolf in the house. What's up, man? Kano wants to know, wasn't OG Nick Fury white too? He was.
Yeah, he was.
And St. Hugo says it's Nick Furry now. No, I don't know
No.
that. That's pretty crazy. Kano says I identify myself as black so I could play Black Panther.
Indeed.
Congrats.
You should.
And white go in the house.
I mean, by
Happy
this
New Year to
point,
you.
nothing makes sense, so why
Exactly,
not?
yeah.
And Vic Martino back on the Superior channel says the guy is a real jerk. Bo hold DeMeo, as in hold DeMeo, as in put Bo on hold for good. Oh, the guy meant that guy. We got you. Clint.
He's probably showing his mayo anyway.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, that's a bit much. There it
Yeah.
is.
He deserves terrible things. But
We
by the
were
way, Tsunami,
clean for like
as you
15
You mean
minutes.
said,
jokes, right?
Yeah, as you said, as you said about the Black Panther, he really should have been recasted because people care about T'Challa the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't just put someone else. Let's put Shuri. Who knows who Shuri is? God damn it.
Shuri.
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 Not that
yeah.
we care.
Yeah.
But Shuri.
Jesus
that
Christ,
movie
you
was
know.
awful, man.
There is a moment, sure, a moment in one comic book, so many 90s or 2000, when she, for a bit, is a Black Panther. Who remembers that? And that happens for a bit. And even in those movies, she's not the character she's in the comic books, by the way.
Yeah, also she needs to be her character and
Right.
invent stuff or
Yeah.
whatever she's doing in the comic books.
Yeah.
Not replace her brother, who is a freaking individual and should remain this way.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody can take the mantle of the original hero. Like, the original hero, the way that original heroes are written, that is everything. That's the nature of the hero. That's who he is. You can't just put somebody in his place and say, now that's Captain America, now that's Black Panther.
Yeah.
Sure, he's someone that, takes this role, but is that the real guy? No. He's a replacement, and that would never change.
Yeah. Can replace sidekicks like Robins, but main characters, no. Even with Robins, actually doesn't always work, but you know.
Yeah. Continue with the chat, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Right. Marvel used Chadwick Boseman's passing to pull at people's heartstrings for shameless cash grab.
Absolutely.
Agreed 100% Nate's memes. Yep.
Absolutely. When you watch that movie, how it's made, everything, this is so disgusting and disrespectful. They tried to
Absolutely.
make it respectful, but it was the exact opposite. It is very clear when you watch the movie how this is exactly so. You can feel so sad, and you go to see the movie because they have a send-off in the movie.
And I was waiting for Namor to say caramba any moment. Yeah.
Namor.
Jesus Christ.
Ay, 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 ay.
Woohoo!
Anyways.
Ipa,
Now we're all
It's disgusting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're all caught up.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Continue to the
We do have
next
the
topic.
third one. Yep. So his final post.
Oh yeah, the
he
final
changed his
post.
there is
tone
a final
yet
post.
again.
Yes, final post. Sorry,
What's
guys.
also funny, Bo DeMeo continues on X. What's also funny about today's trek across the culture war? I never said I didn't like the footage. It all looks badass. Plus, Marsden is my 40s guy, quote unquote, Daniel Craig, James Bond. Cyclops whispering over Xavier's deathbed, I'll take care of them. Because he knows his surrogate father believes in him to lead the family. Because Scott's the one mutant who won't let go of the X-Men. Because he's an orphan who has let go and can't let go of his powers, thus emotions. Which made me always think he's always crying in that scene, but his tears are trapped welling up behind his ruby eyeglasses. I'm simply echoing what a lot of other artists have been echoing lately when it comes to the legacy of comic books. Those two truths hold true, quite nicely and quite literally, at coexistence. Ugh. And I'd like to think we can all agree that everyone, even everyone who hates everyone right now, everyone is craving that dream right now. Also, hats off to how Chris Claremont and Jim Lee must be feeling finally seeing those images brought to life on the big screen in front of an audience. Side note, that is cinema. Under all of this bastard fluff of box office meets politics and millennial burnout, I like to think there's a kinship among any writer or artist who's gotten a play in the X-Men's mediums, even artists who've never met. This odd sense of duty and, wow, this baton is fucking heavy. Because whatever brought them to those characters is the same thing that brought you to them. It's like being a Trekker. You don't like being an X-Men fan because underdogs are popular. You choose them because at some point in your life, Professor X's big dysfunctional family told you the truth about you and that you were family. End quote.
What? He's trying to stay face or what? What's happening here?
This is such a tone shift between day one and day two over the three posts.
Yeah,
So
maybe
stupid.
he's recognizing, oh, I said bullcrap now, and who knows? I
Get
mean,
back on your meds, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like all of a sudden now we are saying these stuff. But you can't just smudge this all over people's faces, like whatever you did before that.
Also, Chris Claremont and Stan Lee were pretty happy with the original X-Men movies. Stan Lee even has cameos there. In the third one he had for sure, in the first one and the second no, but they were pretty happy with what they done in those movies. So what do you mean? Finally to see his vision come to what? Also, he was happy. Stanley was pretty happy with the original animation too. So fine. So is it again? Look, my job at my work at X-Men 97 is actually the real thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean, he's already admitted to the world that he's extremely racist.
Yeah.
He's already admitted that he has a ton of hubris and whatever you can say, I already said it.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now trying to be like, I totally didn't say it. Look at this. I'm gonna smudge it. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Forget about that and look at my photos there, with no shirt on.
Yeah, sure.
But he was wearing a Magneto helmet in one. That totally fixes everything. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, Janai, what do you think?
So right in the first paragraph alone, I'm not the absolute professional at this, so correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Storm also an orphan who can't
Yeah.
let go of her powers?
Mhm.
So what's he talking about in the first fucking sentence? And that's, if I believe correctly, Storm actually took over leadership of the X-Men for a while
Yeah.
because of the same kind of loyalty that's being talked about here. So right off the bat, like his argument's kind of fucking weird. And then he goes down and he's talking about all these artists and whatnot. It's because of the artists having to throw in their fucking, like, their own personalities inside of characters that have already been established that have wrecked a lot of them. And then, like, I don't know, man. This guy's all over the place. He's really fucking weird.
Yeah, weird indeed. Yeah.
I'm trying to, it seems like he got, like, super high one day and was like, man, I'm gonna go off on these honkies. And then all of a sudden he turns it around the next day and he's like, give me an award for all the nice things I'm saying. It's so
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Not to mention that he wanted to say what happened to over at Marvel when they fired him, but he locked that video behind a paywall at his OnlyFans account. Jesus Christ! Later on, he actually posted it on YouTube when he probably realized I'm not going to make any money with that apparently. But again, in that photo, he says not in that photo. In that videos, he says nothing. There are no receipts. Actually, he claims I have all the receipts, and he says nothing. He basically in that video he admits how he broke his NDA, and he did that all the time in post. I mean, even before.
He so deserves to be fired, man.
Yeah, even before episodes like episode 5 when a certain character spoiler dies, but I'm not going to say who. He said who in post before the episode was aired. He said who is dying, why he's dying, and I said, Christ, man, the fact that you are fired doesn't mean you can do that, because there is still time for the NDA. You are fired, but you still have to shut the hell up. Yeah,
until that expires.
Yeah. I don't know what he's smoking or what he's doing, as Tsunami said. But
Something
really,
that enables him to have a ton of hubris, huge ego, and audacity to say a
Yeah.
bunch of crap.
yeah,
Yeah. Wrapped in a
exactly.
bow. So no, you're totally not forgiven, mister.
Mm,
And we'll never forget how racist you are.
no, yeah, still
Yeah.
great show that one, but we have to separate, the art from the artist. So, as
Yeah.
we say, yeah.
As we say.
Mhm.
Okay, we can go back to chat talk before we move on to the next topic.
Over in Superhero Truth, we've got Nate's Memes continues with, did you know Denzel Washington helped sponsor Chadwick Boseman when he was in acting school? Denzel paid for his tuition because he believed in Chadwick. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Two
That's
legends
amazing.
together. And then over
Yeah.
on the Gamer Empress channel, get to the chopper, says
Get to the
Wyco.
chopper.
And Karate Werewolf says, I think sometimes he gets too hot. Exactly what I thought. He gets too high and goes on Twitter and writes dumb shit because he's very inconsistent. That's really how I feel about it. Kano
Yeah.
says he's trying to copy Vin Diesel. We are all family. Family. Family.
Nonsense.
For real. And then Wyco finishes with, I'm impressed, Gary. Wouldn't expect someone to know the definition of hubris. Not many Americans know that word, sadly.
Yeah.
Pure
sadly.
fucking hubris.
Yes. Well,
Indeed.
we do.
We do. Yes.
Because it's perfect for this case as well, and many others. Unfortunately, we wish we wouldn't have to use it, but we always have to for
But
something.
we always have to. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So now we really gotta engage with the other news that are articles. Okay. So let me remove that, and we're not gonna continue with that. That's gonna be actually at the end, but this is coming, just so you know. So we're going to continue with actually Batman v Superman new posters that have never been out before are revealed. And so how did this happen? So basically, creative director Joshua Ectron releases these posters from Batman v Superman. Basically, this is his portfolio, it seems, and there are many here. We can show you only some part of this site, but you can go and see them for yourself. It is joshuaecton.com, basically. So there's so many.
So many and so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all different. Some of them, they can be basically brought together like a puzzle.
Yeah.
So you can see a full
Forming
picture.
a bigger picture. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, as you can see, stupid Lex
Jesse
Luthor.
Eisenberg looks like the Joker there, by the way. With
Oh,
that green
hey.
and the right.
Yeah, that's freaking Joker.
The
too.
first time I saw that, I said, "Wait, what is the Joker doing here?" Oh, that's Lex Luthor. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy, actually. He would fit that. Like, look at this.
Mm.
This is so awesome. So yeah, amazing. I mean, you can't really download them in the standard way. You have to use other means.
Mm.
But they're here. Like, look at that, the body, and wow. I mean, is this some kind of a sign that we're going to have? I mean, still, we are having hope for the resurrection of the Snyderverse. Well, this is just coming after everything that we already saw from Zack Snyder's account on Instagram.
Mm.
So it kind of doesn't seem to be random because just one thing follows another and follows
Yeah.
another and follows another. So who the heck knows?
It looks like a pattern to
Yeah.
me. I mean, really, why we haven't seen those posters before, but we see them now.
Oh, because they are not approved.
Mm.
Like only one or two are approved.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how it usually is. You have to make a lot, and then the studio or the director or whoever has to decide.
The first time I saw that Wonder Woman image with the off, down there, the orange one, where it's connected to have Dawn of Justice, I just saw the Wonder Woman with off, and I said,
Oh, she has enough.
she hasn't. So what now? Okay.
Well, maybe it's like mine OnlyFans, where
Yeah.
she's educating
I mean, if
people
she has one, it should be like
on
that. Yeah.
fitness and
Fitness,
health and how to sustain the Themyscira
the
physique.
Themyscirian knowledge and
And
history.
Themyscirian knowledge, yeah.
Exactly. Mm.
But she needs to put that behind the paywall because it's very important
Yeah, of course.
for
Like
this.
like Bodemayo.
Yeah, for this knowledge, to only rich people that's actually interested in it.
Yeah.
And it takes years to
Of
gather
course.
that. It's very valuable. And
Also,
Hollywood
that's
people-
how people appreciate the thing. By the way, if you give them the things for free, they won't appreciate it. Let's not
Yeah.
forget things like that. Really. So,
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, how many blood, sweat, and tears I had to go through to
Yeah.
learn all of that. So here you go. But yeah, guys, this is amazing.
amazing all of them indeed. Yeah. Really.
Amazing, amazing. And I'm happy that we have that. Now we can all have new screen servers for the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a
More
fan,
of
course.
Batman, more of Superman, more of
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. That's my son's favorite Batman, by the way. He saw him just in the Justice League. But because he looks like Batman, he actually said, well, I liked Batman the most in that movie because he looks like Batman.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah.
Most comic book accurate Batman
The
ever.
most comic book accurate Batman, of course. Yeah.
So tonight, what do you think about this?
Sorry, I was gooning to Wonder Woman. I mean, they're great. Obviously, they're great photos. Overall, what kind of amazing hype this would have been if they would have released these posters. I mean, some of these shots are incredible, to be perfectly honest and not joking. And I'm hoping that, like you guys said, the pattern is leading somewhere. Because if not, this is going to be one nasty tease.
Edging.
You said it, not me. I was trying to be nice for once.
No, don't. Truth must be said. That's going to be a total edging, if you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
total edging. I'm going to put the link actually right now in both stream chat so people can go and see them when they want to and download them if they want to because we deserve those pictures, man.
We do indeed. I mean, again, everything that we see here is way better than anything the DCU is showing us now with James Gunn and his stupid posters. I mean,
I mean, the
fallen
difference is
down, beaten
huge.
down Superman, Supergirl drinking from a cup, then to Justice, whatever, and stuff like that. Jesus Christ! I mean, it's like we're watching a parody or something like
Yeah,
that, you
and we
know?
actually
It's
are not
depressing.
saying true justice, whatever, because we don't remember that word is actually what it really says,
Yeah.
which is the shocking part.
Ah, the last one, the American way.
Yeah, no, I mean that in other cases in the past, when we list certain words and then we say whatever,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
mean that we
That
just
we
don't
just
care
don't
about
care
the last
exactly.
thing and we
Yeah,
don't want to say it.
yeah.
So we rather say whatever. But now actually this is what it says
Mm.
on the poster.
Actually,
We reach
yeah.
this part of retardation, this
Mhm.
part of human existence, that we
Yeah.
actually accept that as the normal thing and not something that you just say
Mm.
because it doesn't matter
Yeah.
and disgust.
Yeah.
Chat's being funny.
Go
So,
check it out. Yeah.
all right. So, guys, let us know what you think in the comments about this. It's epic. It's awesome. We totally deserve it. So, go download these pictures in whatever way you can.
Yeah. We already did.
Yeah. And now,
All right,
chat
chat talk.
talk. Chat talk. Let's read the chat.
All right. Nate's Memes over on the Superhero Channel says the artists I always think of when I think comics are Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Mark Silvestri, and Rob Liefeld. They took Marvel Comics to a whole new level in the 90s.
Yeah,
Nate's
the only person I wouldn't put there it's Love Life. So I mean, yeah, he was one of the big guys back then, but just I don't like his art. He always draws, you know, the male chest so big that it's kind of impossible.
It's so big that on the front of the chest it says, I come in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Exactly.
Do you get it? Because by the
People
time you
will
see the
get it.
rest of his body, it's gonna be 10 minutes.
People will get it in certain ways now.
Thomas.
Also, he draws female legs like some type of sausages and things like that. And it's Jesus Christ, life. I like how he's drawing pouches. You know, pouches were a very big thing in the 90s. You know, the belt with the pouches in which you have everything. That's always nice. I like Batman when he has pouches.
That's
and
what's
things.
important.
That's
Pouches. Not
pouches.
physique.
Yeah,
Totally
not
not
physique, but not
anatomy.
the physique. You know,
Totally
Jesus
not.
Christ. Yeah, but Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, totally all the other guys. You know. I like Mark Silvestri when he draws Wolverine, and sometimes he draws him with longer hair, and I say, that kind of fits him, okay. I mean, also, Mark Silvestri, the creator of the most gunnable superhero ever, probably, Witchblade.
Gunnable.
I'm sure that people are good. Tsunami, you know who is Witchblade, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I
you
watched
see.
the show. There used to be
Oh, you
another
watched the
on
show even? Nice. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, in the show, she had clothes. No. Anyway.
Not in
Gotta
my
go
brain.
fix my nose.
Okay, so we'll
So Logan will
continue
be
with
here entertaining you along with Tsunami. I take a pause and I take a pause.
Dance service. The Gooner twins are missing out tonight. Nice. With the dance.
Yeah, so let's
Uh,
continue tonight.
Nate's Meme says it would be rad if WB did a 10-year anniversary theater release of BVS The Extended Cut. Word.
Indeed.
Vic Martinez says those pics are cool. I saw them already on Facebook. Like Tsunami said, I hope this is going to lead to something and not just a friggin' tease. Facts. If this is a tease, let's all go and storm Snyder's house in Minecraft, you mean, of course. And Nate's Meme says, damn, I want that poster of Batfleck standing next to the Bat Signal.
Right,
Nice.
indeed.
And over on the Gamer Empress channel, we got a few funny ones here. To be fair, we Bulgarians are hella smart, says CS Kano.
Yes.
Waiko
facts.
agrees. And Kano says Tsunami is gooning extra because the Goonie force, the dynamic gooning force duo is not here tonight. That's true.
Yeah.
And Waiko, this one had me cracking up. Supergirl's one cup, ew. No. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Kano says go down in the pictures. Hell no. And Mike Drop says, wow. And we're all caught up.
Yeah, here we go. Indeed. Well, yeah. So get the photos, guys, in one way or another. Put them as screensavers, make posters, whatever, because they're indeed great. Oh, Nate's memes now is on. So Rob Liefeld will never live down that Captain America cover. Yeah, we all know about that cover. Yeah. Jesus Christ. But he did help to create some great characters. The only thing that I don't like when he's opening his mouth is that he keeps after the success of Deadpool the movies, he keeps repeating that that's the character he created. We see the character as he created him in the movies, and I say, man, you created a copy of Deathstroke who originally didn't talk that much and anything. Joe Kelly is the person who made Deadpool what he is today, and that's what they use for the movies. So just again hubris. But anyway, oh, the Emperor is back.
Hey. Ooh, ah, oh, ooh, eh. Okay,
Here we go.
I'm
Yeah.
here. So,
Yeah. By the way, Tsunami, there is an anime with Witchblade. You might check that out
okay.
if you haven't seen it. Tsunami,
Here.
with us Tsunami.
There
Tsunami.
is.
Yeah.
There is an anime.
There is an anime about Witchblade. It's not with the same character. It's another girl that gets the power of Witchblade. So it's kind of connected because they can be different wielders of the Witchblade. So she's Japanese because it's in Japan. It's pretty good. Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
interesting.
Well, let's
I'll look
continue
for
to the
it.
next
Mhm.
topic though, guys. Tsunami,
thing.
did you read the whole chat actually?
I did. We're
Yeah.
all caught up.
Mhm.
Then we continue. Okay, so next topic is going to be about Warhammer. I don't want to leave this for for the end of it.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is just a topic that it continues. It's an ongoing thing, basically. So from Chainsword 40k over on Twitter, somebody of course said something about canon. And this here is a clip from one of the Pontius videos about canon. I mean about many things, but the point is he's talking about canon here. If the canon doesn't matter, why the f I'm buying their books? Yeah, of course. And now let's hear it, and then we're gonna discuss what Chainsword said and other things.
This wouldn't be as big of a problem as it is if some of the writers hadn't actively engaged to say that there is no fucking canon in 40k, like Gav Thorpe, that said, and I quote, "With Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000, the notion of canon is a fallacy. Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 exist as tens of thousands of overlapping realities in the imaginations of games developers, writers, readers, and gamers. None of those interpretations is wrong." First of all, glad to hear that, Gav, because your books generally suck, and I will make them not canon in a second if I had the power. But this raises in me a very simple question. Why the fuck should I buy Games Workshop books then? What the fuck are Black Library books about 40k then? Overglorified fan fiction? You either have a universe with canon and rules that you can write for, or you have no fucking universe to write for.
What do I pay you for? What do I pay you for? You're literally less than useless! My paraplegic grandma could do more than you, god damn it!
Oh my god.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Angry Italian for the win. Says the comments. The only real retcon I've seen in the books to date is when they edited the the Plague War trilogy to fit the timeline better with the Indominus Crusade. I hope it stays that way. Are you kidding me? How about female custodies?
Mm.
And here's Toruk again,
Tudik.
who we
Turik.
covered before actually. I don't know if they fixed it yet, but there was a timeline error finally found and made aware to GW a few years ago by the Italian guy they hired to translate the book for them. The error, in brief, is that the book is set in M400 and Eisenhorn mentions Macarius as War Master, who doesn't make his debut as such until at least 2 centuries later. Yeah, this is like the history of the world. I mean,
Mm.
if you're mistaken the date, you're gonna be very wrong. And 31st Century Combat says Gav Thorpe is 100% correct. 40K is not a univocal piece of literature, and neither is the Bible. Are you
Jesus
effing
Christ.
kidding me? You're comparing the Bible
Yeah.
with 40K? Well, that's heresy.
Absolutely.
Now,
That's a real heresy if
that's
if
real.
I've ever seen one.
That's a real heresy. With a real book that he doesn't know anything about, he's comparing it to freaking absolute and total fiction.
Mm,
And yes, the Bible is many things, but if you don't know anything, you better not speak
yeah.
and compare it because you have no idea what you're talking about. So this guy Stoic says, and neither is the Bible, begone demon. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is just an example of today's time. This is a topic on its own. How ridiculously uneducated and stupid people can be. Like absolutely ignorant. Like ignorance is running rampant to the
This wouldn't
highest
be as big of a
degree,
problem as-
basically. So let's go back to Chainsword. So Chainsword says, yeah, if there's no canon, then woke shouldn't complain when I choose to ignore everything after the 7th edition and the DEI shit GW implements. Yeah, you shouldn't
Indeed.
complain.
Shouldn't complain about that, really, because if the canon doesn't matter, 'cause I see more and more people say that about any types of canon. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Well, it doesn't matter that Superman did this back then because now, then really, then why do we buy the things? Why do we watch the movies? Why do we play the games if it doesn't matter?
Yeah,
Why?
because
How do
nothing
we have a
matters.
universe then?
There is no meaning to anything if
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So, in the previous video that I did actually for one of the many times that GW confused their lore, and it's here some, yeah, here it is, this post. Again, they confused a bunch of things that are listed here. I urge you to watch this video, of course. And the point is that, I mean, when you post something about a character, why not go back? I mean, GW, I'm talking to GW and whoever is responsible for keeping the lore straight. Why don't you go and see what actually happened to this character and not say a bunch of things like go on memory or whatever? Because you see how many things are confused and are wrong?
Isn't that why they're
ridiculous.
called lore masters? Shouldn't they actually do their job as
Yeah.
lore masters? Because that's professional. Even when we talk about comic book or something like that, we again check because
I
we
mean,
can't just no, I remember it. That we want to be sure.
Yeah.
We want to be sure.
We have so many things in our heads
Yeah.
from movies, comic books, TV shows, Warhammer,
Exactly.
Gaming,
Yeah.
that if we don't go back and check, we eventually gonna be wrong. We're gonna forget something, like
Indeed.
for sure. So this is a mistake that shouldn't be.
Yeah, and you can't just say it doesn't matter. It matters to your fans. That's why they're fans.
I mean, all
It
of a sudden,
matters.
if this guy, Huron, if he all of a sudden is depicted with long hair and likes jujubes for some reason,
Jujubes.
that's not gonna be that character anymore. So why
Yeah.
do I even like him at all?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or all of a sudden he is strong as a god or whatever, and I'm like, what? When
yeah.
did that happen?
I mean, if all of a sudden they make Ragnar Blackmane a soy boy, it's just not the same character.
Drinking soy all day, every
drinking
day.
soy all day, because on fanadies they do that probably,
Yeah.
for their pigmentation.
And there's also a comment that we should, I mean, on my videos on my channel, that we should cut GW slack because something. I have
We
to go
should
check.
just cut them some slack because they're
Yes.
doing stupid things. And
Because
Oh, the $1 million company. We
yeah.
should all cut up
yeah,
some slack.
sure.
Oh yes. Oh, I remember the argument. It was that we should cut them some slack because we shouldn't complain, but we should just write them for each mistake that we spot or something like that. I'm like, man, I'm sure that some people actually do write them about that, but they can't even keep track of their own lore. Do you think they're
Yeah.
gonna keep track of emails of
Yeah.
people all the time? I mean, for particular big issues, sure, but for the occasional lore mistake, I kind of doubt that, honestly.
Yeah, indeed.
So we should again cut some slack to the poor GW.
Poor GW,
They're
the
so poor.
multi-million company, yes. Poor
And
guys
they're
that
so
can't even do
behind.
their job right now. Okay.
Yeah, and now it's gonna be more important than ever because we are entering mainstream when Henry Cavill shows are out, and we do count on him to know the lore.
Yeah, yeah.
And we also count on him that basically he's gonna stay true
Yeah.
to the lore
Yeah.
and everything that Warhammer is. And now I actually was able to get, thanks to Dear Clayton Audible credit, the latest books. The latest book that everybody's going to talk about is like 15 hours, man. But it contains all the things that we want to know about what has changed after Horus was defeated. That is the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, Ashes of the Imperium by Chris Wright. So 15 hours, I'm gonna start it today, and who knows when I'm gonna finish it, but before the New Year's, there's a lot of information that came out about this, how many things were changed. Chainsword also wrote about this, and if those things were true, it's gonna be like a bad fan fiction that GW just wrote. So I have to listen for myself and let you know. So that's why I'm gonna try to get through the book as fast as I can, and we'll see what's gonna happen. The previous book I had to leave for now. That Archmago's book, unfortunately, because this takes priority, but we'll see.
I'm sure that by this point, by the way, there is fan fiction out there that is way better because it's actually written by true fans who know the lore.
Probably Henry Cavill
respect
writes
it.
a fan fiction. It's going to be better. And also Pontius is one of those guys that go beyond effort to deliver the lore as much as he can, as detailed as he can. He does all the research as possible. His guys too, they spent months and weeks to write the video after that to produce it. I still have to go back to his videos and watch what he did last time because it's like huge 3 hours of information dump that's gonna save you so many books if you want to understand certain big chunks of the lore. I mean, Pontius is your guy. And also Luton, but Pontius at the moment is doing something that even Luton is not doing. He just goes so much in detail. So Tsunami, please let us know what you think right now, and we do have around 30 more minutes, so if you like to support the stream, guys, you have about 30 minutes, just letting you know. January is gonna be, it's gonna suck for sure in terms of that. So, but still, okay, Tsunami, let us know what you think.
I think that Italian man is one angry dude, and I fucking love it. I just posted his YouTube in the chats, both chats. So check them out, guys, for lore news. Yeah, no, like nothing's more annoying than like these lore people. And this goes across. My statement will go across movies, TV, any medium. There are plenty of people out there that are absolute experts. You could pay them a nominal amount. You could even get a group of them to sit around and argue what the lore actually is in front of you before you make anything into production. I just don't understand why these Hollywood executives have so much money and they just won't go ahead and be like, why don't we just find people that already know this shit? They're experts. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can also go to Warhammer Plus and pay for the Lore Master series there.
Yay.
Oh, just watch freaking Pontius for free and Luton and other people that are better at this, actually, that are actual fans on YouTube. Yeah.
Maybe it's because they want the people who work on those things actually to change the stuff to fit their ways, and that's why they don't
Even
hire.
if it is,
you know, yeah.
even if that was, you should still have like a counter argument, and then you could make a much tighter narrative. Even if you wanted to change the lore completely, where you had someone that was very knowledgeable, and the two of them would kind of be going back and forth with arguments, and you as a scriptwriter are just tightening everything down. That would still be better than what they're doing, where they're like blatantly like, we don't want to hear from anyone that knows this stuff. We want to create our own modern interpretation of this.
But then just create another universe, Then just create
That's a
your original
wish.
thing. Don't take the IP. Just
But
create
They're
something
not creative
original.
enough for that.
Yeah.
but they're making huge mistakes where it's not about modern or not modern. They're just making mistakes in terms of little things that happen or little characteristics of the character, how they got injured, like stuff that they're super simple, have nothing to do with politics of any kind. They're still making mistakes about those
Yeah.
things. Like we, looked at last time,
Yeah.
basically.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so let's
Okay.
know what you think in the comments about this GW Lord doesn't matter argument. It's absolutely retarded. It's always going to be retarded, not only about Warhammer, but about everything
It's
in
pretty much
existence.
about everything
That
now.
is
Yeah.
fiction. First of all, it is fiction, which means, well, it doesn't exist. And then if it doesn't exist, how would we care? Where we make it compelling, interesting, and you keep to it. And if there's something that was badly written, maybe you can retcon it if it makes sense, but don't do that all the time. Don't make it a habit, something that's common, because by this point it's becoming very common in Warhammer
Indeed.
40k. By this point where everybody are going to naturally lose their drive to be in the hobby and be invested in the lore, and the lore is so amazing and so interesting. But if you start changing fundamental understandings of how we saw things, this can be totally ruined, and Warhammer could lose its magic. It already started to lose its magic, so this could be detrimental in the future as well. When you make something less compelling and when you write it as a fan fiction, basically it loses weight and thus meaning. Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. Chat talk.
Chat talk. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, Waiko's out for the night. I just saw that, so let's say goodnight before he takes off.
Good night, Waiko. Good night.
Truth in the House over on the Superhero Channel.
Okay.
Nate's memes continues from last conversation. Rob Liefeld was cooler when he was younger. His glory days are behind him. He's just trying to hold on to whatever relevance he can, and that is either Deadpool or that legendary Captain America cover.
Yeah, well, I like his team that he created for Image Comics, Youngblood, but it's kind of like a ripoff of Avengers, but and other characters. But that's a good team he created. Still doesn't do them pretty good, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth in the House. Hey guys, damn man, it's going to be hard to like Warhammer. We will see. Man of Gooning in the House, saying extremely inappropriate things. Welcome to you, sir. Truth says, Man of Gooning, you on the other hand are making it hard to like the French, you weirdo.
Good one. Good one.
So true. Nate's meme says the Bible is the most detailed account of historical events. The most amazing thing is it had dozens of authors and survived to this day. And
Exactly.
Nate's memes would like to know, is Cavill supposed to be acting and producing Warhammer?
Yes.
Slipknot fan in the house. And then
Hey,
over on the
Slipknot.
Gamer Empress channel, Logan, Kano wants to know, Logan, what do you think about Slade from the Teen Titans series?
Oh, that's the best version of Deathstroke that we have. I'm not even sad that they couldn't name him Deathstroke because we all know who that was. He is their biggest villain even in comic books, actually. He really was created kind of for them. And that's a great animated show anyway, the Teen Titans. These Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. So that's the best version of Slade to me. Yeah.
Lyco agreed with Empress. I agree the number of loud, ignorant voices has reached critical mass. Vic Martinez says, I just watched this documentary regarding creators of comic book characters for TV series, and some of the more recent ones are told not to read any comic books, and they hire people who never did. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Kano follows up with, let's not forget that the first female custody tried to nuke Terra just to fail miserably, and it got retconned. Vic Martinez says, because they want to change them to fit their agenda. This one guy worked on the Falcor Winter Soldier TV series, and that's why it sucked. True.
So he never read the thing too. Yeah. Well, you can be a person who never read those things, but read them to do the job. Like the showrunner of Spider-Man from 1995 actually did. He said, I never read any Spider-Man comic book before that, but I read everything up to the point of the show was created to actually know who Spider-Man was. But the company didn't tell him, no, don't read it. You know, they actually urged him, yeah, we know you're a good writer. Now, you know, become knowledgeable with the character, read the stuff if you can, watch whatever you can. So he did his job.
Oh
you know,
yeah, that's
yeah.
how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Vic Martino thinks he might be related to that Italian guy. It's all possible.
Nice.
And Kano says he loved that Slade arc. It was goated, in his opinion.
Absolutely,
And we're
absolutely.
all caught up.
Okay, let's move on to the
And
last
move on.
topic, guys. So yesterday we did actually the top 16 most anticipated games of 2026. So this is here on the gaming channel. You can still watch it. And these were our top, and these are actually our top 16 games. Like to us. If we miss something, that's why you can write your own top.
Just write
top
yours
whatever,
in the comments.
top 5,
you know,
top 10, whatever top you have, you can go to that video and write it. But now Screen Rant, he has this article, 10 new games everyone needs to play in 2026. I don't know how they are 10, because really we just reached the conclusion that there should be at least 16.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
But okay, we're gonna read and see. So Tsunami, I'm gonna mute ourselves here and take it away.
10 new games everyone needs to play in 2026. This is from Screen Rant, Jared Stewart. Against all odds, such as delays or other unforeseen circumstances that may strike, each year does manage to boast a wide variety of fantastic video games that everyone should play, and 2026 is bound to do the same. With titans like Grand Theft Auto 6 on the horizon, 2026 appears to be the culmination of several delays, as well as the release of some of the highly anticipated new IPs and legacy sequels. Not every 2026 slated game has a release date yet. Even the ones that do aren't invulnerable to delays anyway, but this year is currently brimming with heavy hitters. Some games releasing this year definitely will not be to everyone's tastes. Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival could be a phenomenal horror game tied to a classic IP, for example, but it may be a hard sell outside that niche, especially if players are squeamish. There are plenty of 2026 games, however, that are sure to be must-plays across any genre or style due to their high hype and industry-defining potential. Number 1, Reanimal. Reanimal may seem like a Little Nightmares clone to the uninitiated, but being developed by the same studio as Little Nightmares, Tarsier Studios, Reanimal is actually an arresting and dreary new IP that may have an opportunity to stretch its disfigured limbs in ways that Little Nightmares hasn't. Reanimal's playable demo alone demonstrates that Little Nightmares' whimsy is almost entirely abandoned for a grimmer atmosphere, and any other similarities or differences between two of horror's most fascinating and unique IPs nowadays will be interesting to parse when Reanimal launches next month. If nothing else, Tarsier has proven itself as one of the most creative and bold developers in the realm of horror, and its upcoming game is sure to reiterate that. 2. Resident Evil Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem is leaning as heavily as possible into nostalgia and legacy with the reveal of Leon S. Kennedy as a playable protagonist, Grace Ashcroft as the daughter of Resident Evil Outbreak's Alyssa Ashcroft, and a possible visit to the ruins of Raccoon City. In a year that's already spoiled for colossal horror releases, Resident Evil Requiem is expected to challenge the franchise's status quo while also illustrating why the rich and storied series has been so successful and beloved for the last 30 years. With Grace's gameplay being survival horror-oriented and Leon's gameplay being action-oriented, Requiem could also be one of the most controversial Resident Evil games since Resident Evil 6. 3. Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. Anyone who's mourned the Batman Arkham franchise's flat-screen entries and either did or didn't play the MetaQuest 3/3S exclusive Batman Arkham Shadow probably owes it to themselves to play Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight when it releases this spring. Lego games may not inherently be everyone's cup of tea, yet Legacy of the Dark Knight arguably looks more like a spiritual Arkham Knight sequel than anything else, and bears a lot of the Arkham game's same mechanics and quirks. As a hodgepodge of iconic Batman influences across all media, Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight will undoubtedly be vital for anyone who considers themselves a DC or Batman enthusiast, and it may be what finally turns the tide for DC Games' soured reputation. Plus, jokingly or not, it's already rivaling Grand Theft Auto 6 as one of the most highly anticipated games of 2026. 007 First Light. James Bond's first outing since the emotional conclusion of Daniel Craig's theatrical run will be in 007 First Light, an origin story of sorts that could be a perfect jumping on point for the character and a unique niche gameplay design made legendary by IO Interactive. In many ways, 007 First Light can realize Hitman's fullest potential with a suite of Q-branch gadgetry, as well as a story and character-driven emphasis that isn't as readily prevalent in the latter. How the 007 mythology and Hitman's gameplay are folded into one after another should make for an engrossing experience and may well define 007 games for the foreseeable future. If so, 007 could be elevated far beyond the typical elementary shooter gameplay that its games have been limited to before. Now, Halo Campaign Evolved, though technically not a new game per se, Halo Campaign Evolved seemed far more nuanced and sophisticated than an ordinary remake or reimagining, though. Halo Campaign Evolved is an evolution to be sure, as it is modernizing gameplay with quality of life sensibilities inherited from later games in the series, expanding the lore with brand new content, and delivering an early look at the Halo franchise on Unreal Engine 5. Marvel's Wolverine. Besides maybe some critical opinions of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 story and Insomniac's writing habits, the Marvel Spider-Man series has been one of the best superhero video game franchises in a hot minute. Considering the quality and speed of output that Insomniac is known for, Marvel's Wolverine is sure to be a must-play game this year, assuming it isn't delayed till 2027. Depending on its success and what Insomniac's plans actually are, it's possible that Marvel's Wolverine could precipitate a slew of brand new X-Men games with the wholly original universe and continuity in the future. As Marvel's Spider-Man presumably prepares to conclude its story with its next entry, Marvel's Wolverine is preparing to begin a whole new one. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis will be the second remake of the original Tomb Raider after Tomb Raider Anniversary. And, like Anniversary, Legacy of Atlantis is inviting players to once again witness the beginning of a new Tomb Raider era. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis is the first foray into Unreal Engine 5 for Lara Croft, and it will be succeeded by the ongoing mainline franchise's ninth installment, Tomb Raider Catalyst, only a year later. Ontos. Shoulder to shoulder with high-profile titles like Outlast and Alien Isolation that are masterpieces in their pocket of stealth-centered, first-person horror frictional games, Soma followed the studio's work on the seminal Amnesia series to delve into claustrophobic, psychological sci-fi horror. More than a decade later, Frictional will now be repeating history by following Amnesia, Rebirth, and Amnesia The Bunker with its newest sci-fi horror IP, Ontos, which bears resemblances to Soma. Star Wars Zero Company. A spiritual successor to XCOM set in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars Zero Company is a daring swing as a tactical turn-based RPG. Indeed, even if they've largely been hit or miss for a few decades, Star Wars games have covered basically every gameplay genre imaginable. Zero Company has the added luster of taking place at the twilight of Star Wars Clone Wars era too, and reportedly exercises complete player freedom concerning the squad's players' build. Star Wars Zero Company and the newly announced Star Wars Galactic Racer will have to uphold the reputation of Star Wars video games this year, and until the far future releases of Star Wars Jedi Survivor sequel, Star Wars Eclipse, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, and Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. Grand Theft Auto 6. With a degree of anticipation putting that of Hollow Knight Silksong or a hypothetical Bloodborne port/remaster/remake/sequel to shame, Grand Theft Auto 6's delay from May 26th to November 30th was a tough pill to swallow. Now, it's anyone's guess whether a holiday release window is at all reliable or feasible, especially with rumors circulating that suggest GTA 6 could launch in 2027 instead. If it does launch this year, however, Grand Theft Auto 6's release will surely be one of the most biblical events in the history of the video game industry, a truly unprecedented occasion that no self-proclaimed gamer can afford to miss out on. End article.
Whoa.
Ooh.
This is very different from our top
Yeah,
16.
it has some of the same
Yeah, of course, yeah,
but not earlier.
we're not gonna tell you which places. You gotta watch it. But we did had Resident Evil Requiem. We did had
James Bond.
We explained why.
Mm.
We did had Wolverine. We did had Tomb Raider. And of course we did had
We
Star
had a Star Wars game, but not
but
this
the
one.
racing
Yeah,
game
the
because
racing
that
game,
looks very
yeah.
good. And of course we do have Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I hope that this game launches this year.
We all hope that.
Yeah, I hope that. I
yeah.
hope it. Yeah, for sure. I hope that. As for the other games that are listed here, I couldn't care less for whatever this is. I don't like horror games.
Yeah, that's
I
why
mean-
we didn't even know about that. Yeah.
I will play Resident Evil because Resident Evil I usually play it. But
And
okay.
it's looking interesting how we are going to have two different gameplays actually for that part. So could be something more than just a horror game, as we say. Who knows? Yeah.
Oh,
See the others.
real quick, we have donation from Man of Goring.
Oh,
Man of
nice.
Goring for a 10 euro.
hey.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the 10 euro on PayPal. Man of Goring. Thank you, so. I appreciate it a lot. So, Lego Batman, not that we're not interested in this, to see how it's gonna be,
It could be fun, but
but
you know,
it's not one of the
not-
most anticipated games
yeah.
for us. It's just not. We can still check it out, but we don't really anticipate I can live without it. If this was a really a real arcade game, yeah. But with aesthetics of Lego, I just don't care about Lego stuff in that way. I just don't see it seriously for me.
Well, it's not. It's always a jokey one. I mean, the movies are great.
I guess
you know.
play as Batman when he looks like a freaking Lego man. I mean, I can, but it's not gonna be as enjoyable as a freaking amazing man on the screen, you know. So we already said what we think about this game. If it's woke, that's gonna be horrible and missed opportunity.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
totally.
the gameplay looks good and the game looks good. This guy looks soy as
Yeah,
hell.
well,
The original actor, I mean, the actor that portrays him looks a lot worse. I mean, he looks like him, but worse. So more soy. I don't care about Halo.
Yeah.
Never really
Me neither.
did. To me, it didn't have that it factor that will make me keep playing and keep being interested. Just very empty for me, lacking of substance. That's how I feel about Halo. Of course, Wolverine could be freaking woke, but Insomniac do make very good games with good game
Yeah.
mechanics, very good gameplay, very good graphics. If they are not so heavy on the woke stuff, maybe this is
Maybe
gonna
it
be a
will be
good
okay.
game.
Yeah.
Still, the woke stuff are gonna be bad if they're there, but maybe
If
the
it's
game's
the
gonna be
woke stuff,
good.
just Mystique looking bad,
That's
I'll
the
get
only
over
thing.
it. Yeah. If that's the only thing, cool. Yeah.
So Lara Croft is like I'm getting off my chair and just running to play it. Like
Yes.
I'm so
You're
excited.
not going to play it on your chair.
No, no, play it on my chair. I don't care about space horror games,
No,
so
what's that,
this
yeah.
is totally whatever. If this is like XCOM, it's like mixing different gameplay styles, mechanics. I don't care about that.
I mean, can we just get that remake of Knights of the Old
Yeah,
Republic,
can
or at
we?
least a remaster so that other people can play it because it's an older game?
Yeah,
You know,
kinda
it's a
like-
great game.
I mean, besides the racing game, which is totally different and it's really cool idea, and it's like no-brainer for a game, stop spewing Star Wars games, focus on the games that really matter and that really people want. I mean, they probably hired a few studios or whatever to do them, I'm not sure, but still, like, focus on the quality
Just focus on the quality,
and
exactly.
what people want,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Tsunami, tell us your thoughts.
I'm obviously I'm like the casual on the panel, certainly not nearly as serious as most other people. Little Nightmares has a really cool aesthetics, and the fact that they're changing it from being more childlike to taking a more mature tone could really like that could really be something there. I think for
No,
those
this
people
is
that
not-
like that kind of stuff.
This is not Real Nightmares, this is Reanimau.
Reanimal.
Right, but it's from the same people, at least from what I read, that made Little Nightmares, and instead of being like Little Nightmares, which is kind of like this kind of like weird, like dark childlike tale, it's more from what they're describing, supposed to be taking a much more mature approach to that. So it there could be something there. Resident Evil, I mean, of course, everyone's hyped about that. I've never been a Lego guy. I don't like how it feels kind of comical. They're usually really good and they're fun. I think it would be a fun game, but not a game that I'm necessarily looking forward to. 007, as we've already spoken about previously, there's a lot of wooden movement throughout the game. The gameplay does not really look all that interesting. The story is even more concerning now with what they're trying to reveal. And so I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening, but I don't have a lot of hope for that. Halo, I'll wait for the next time they actually try and make a new Halo game. Wolverine, also very concerning. So like, who is that? Like Insomniac had a knock it out of the park with Spider-Man 1, and then immediately followed up with an absolute flop with, well, in my opinion, flop for things that I'm interested. Spider-Man 2. What they do with Wolverine and how they treat him is really going to matter, and how many additional woke elements is going to be. Well, I guess we'll just have to see what ends up happening. Laura Croft, let's be serious. I'm so hyped for that. It's amazing. Antos, I'm not a horror guy, but I would give it a shot. Star Wars, couldn't care less. Like with what Star Wars has done in recent times, I didn't play the Jedi Survivor game, so I should quantify what I'm saying or qualify it. So a lot of what I've seen from Shadows, things like that, I'm just not interested. You're going to really have to try and wow the shit out of me with something that has to do with Star Wars, whether that's in a movie, a TV show, or certainly a game. I'm not spending that much money on this nonsense. GTA 6, I mean, fingers crossed, we'll see what ends up happening. My only hope is that for a lot of these so-called delays that are coming out, they're delaying it because they have seen a shift in the winds and they know we had better stop what we were going to do and make whatever changes we can to either tamp down some of the themes that we are going to try and introduce. And this is across all these games, not just GTA 6. And really just focus more on like a great story. That's pretty much all I think. I don't know why Phantom Blade Zero is not on this list. I'm like blown away why.
Many things are not, but
Many
you
things
should
are not
see
on this
our
list, yeah.
list, and then you're gonna see amazing games there.
Yeah,
like
look at
better
our
than
list.
here. Yeah, a lot better than
Indeed, better
here.
than here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely better. But yeah, I wasn't aware that there's a wooden gameplay of, of this guy right
Of
here.
James Bond,
Yeah, I mean, I saw the car driving a bit.
I think. Yeah.
If
Well,
if
It
it's
looks
locked,
really
it's
wooden.
wooden, then I get it.
To me, I mean, maybe that's just me, but it looks really like
maybe it's
I don't
early
know.
gameplay that they work on it, but or maybe it's not, and it's going to be wooden. I mean,
see.
Mind's Eye looked like a pretty good game back when we saw Trevor, and then
And then, oh no,
Jesus Christ,
fuck
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So again, we're just going to see when it's out there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, let's see what you're saying. Then we really gotta go. We gotta go.
okay. Let's see. I swear the West is so amazing at destroying their own IPs. Says Truth, and he follows it up with Phantom Blade all the frequent way. Hell yeah, me too. Nate's Meme says Deathstroke backstory is dark as fuck. Slade is definitely a villain, no question about that.
As it should be.
Yeah. Nate's Meme says I want them to make a Batman verse Predator game in the Arkham game style. Oh, interesting.
That could work,
Truth
yeah.
says they got it right with Batman, but the rest don't interest me at all. GTA 6 is too obvious. Says Truth. Nate's Meme says, does anyone know why it's been so long since we've gotten a Batman game? Did you see the Suicide Squad game?
Yeah,
That's why.
That's why.
Yeah, they worked on
That's why.
this absolute shit.
Truth says Wolverine is on thin ice thanks to Insomniac's latest release. Yeah, we're fingers crossed here. Let's see if people want to make money again.
Yeah, that's
Man
it.
of Gooning says, I'm only interested about Nintendo. Get out of here with your only Nintendo games, you weirdo. No naughty
Jesus
games in
Christ.
the list. No Futa femboys in the list, Man of Gooning.
Yeah,
Over on the Superior
actually,
channel.
Nintendo games are pretty nerfed and censored from that matter, actually. Then what are you playing then? Not to mention the 80 to 90 freaking bucks for the... Okay, but anyway.
That's very
It's
expensive.
even scarier why he likes only Nintendo games and the other game. Anyways,
Right,
I won't get
yeah.
into it. Over on the Gamer Empress channel, I'm just kidding, man. Over on the Gamer Empress channel, we've got Kano says Warhammer currently has the Star Wars problem. All the good stuff gets removed to add stuff for inclusion. Kano continues with top 5 for me. Neo 3, nice. Code Vein 2, nice. Total War 40K, nice. Bolt Gun 2 and Dawn of War. Those are really solid choices. Vic Martinez says, much as I'm a Batman fan, I never even had the desire to see the Lego Batman movie or any Lego movie. I'm a leg man, not a Lego man. Well played, sir.
That's very interesting. Huh?
Yeah.
Lego movies are good, not gonna lie, says Kano. They're fun. I'm gonna
They're
keep
fun.
using that word. If you've got some time and you're like, I feel like watching something fun, but if I want to watch a legit story, I'm not watching no Lego shit. Vic Martinez says, well, since this was the last topic, I do wish you all a good 2026 and look forward to more good superhero truther videos throughout the year and for many years to come.
Oh, thank you
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I mean, the channel is still growing. We just hit 1,500 hours officially.
Yeah.
We are actually passing that now. So we just need the rest of that so you're able to support with super chats. And then we're going to need another 1,000. So we actually get monetized fully with the ads and everything. So we're getting there. We need a few banger videos and we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Which I'm working hard on like every single day about that and studying stuff.
Kano says the only horror game that would be awesome will be Dead Space 4. St. Hugo says, never get hyped and especially never buy day one, let alone pre-order. Trust has to be re-earned for a long time, in my opinion. I agree with you 100%. My backlog's full on games that I want to play. So yeah, these people can keep messing around, and I'll just go buy $5 and $10 games off of Steam or the PlayStation Store, and just go ahead and wait them out until they capitulate.
Yeah,
Tekla
exactly.
in the house.
Sorry, guys.
What's up,
Hey,
Tekla?
Tekla.
Jeremiah,
Heyo.
hi
And
to
Jeremiah.
Call
you.
me
Yeah.
crazy.
You arrived late. We gotta go.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we gotta go. We're late
Working
today.
days are starting.
Yeah, he has to work,
Yeah.
and Puppy
Sadly.
have to work out, have to get to a regular fitness routine, and all those things. Today is gonna be a busy day. Is that all, Tsunami?
No. Tekla continued with "Call me crazy, but name's Bond. James, he, him, just doesn't have the same ring to it." True.
Yeah.
Jeremiah in the house, of course. Kano says indie games are best for me, and he follows up with "Call me broke, but they are hella worth." I don't think it's about worth. I think that indie and double A are like putting everyone else to shame. Like,
Yeah,
why spend
absolutely.
the extra money when I could get like 4 or 5 games and occupy myself for weeks, if not months, while these people can't like figure out, get rid of the fucking problems in your company and start making fucking money again. Like, give the people what they want.
Absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
I will end with Truth saying, when in doubt, get it on a discount. Man of Gooning, I see your comments. I'm not reading those on stream, bro. Demonetization is a thing.
Yeah, he's trying to basically, put the word out for Nintendo, Yeah, but those, don't forget, those are not Nintendo-made games. They're just for the Switch. Other guys made them. If it's up for Nintendo, Good thing, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, they're going to keep adding in little comments here and there, but nothing.
Okay, guys, but we really gotta go, and we're gonna rate Mike now. Mike dropped, with whatever we have. So definitely go and check Mike and say hi from us. Hopefully, we can help also Mike to monetize his channel. We try to help each other. So with that being said, guys, tune in to the evening stream, which is probably gonna be a gaming stream in 9.5 hours. And yeah, that's it for now, guys. Tsunami, thank you so.
Thank you, and see you guys.
See you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye, guys.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms, we rise. Under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail. For the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires. But with her blade of pure desire, she claims